Welcome back to the channel, Guitars, Mods, and Music. Today we're going to be looking at two Telecaster type guitars. One is the SBH-E series from Tease. One of them is a Classic Vibes 50 Squier. Both these guitars are $429. We're going to be looking at who's giving us the best deal for our money. We're going to be looking at quality. We're going to be looking at options. We're going to be looking at who gives the best service. This is not a sponsored video. We purchased both these guitars. I'm looking for a backup guitar for my custom built Squier Telecaster. One of these are probably going to be it. Let's go. Alright, so here we go. I went to their websites, checked out what they say their specs are, and compared them against measurements right here. The Tease guitar is a basswood body, string through. Squier guitar is a pine body, string through. I have to say, I restrung them both for this video, and the grommets, every one of these grommets fell out when I took the old strings off. Fell right out. I hate to say that, but I have to say it. That's what happened. This is a Classic Vibes 50s. Beautiful. It's got some green in it. Very nice. The actual fit and finish, I gotta tell you, I've looked this guitar over several times. Tease has a really nice product here. Pick guard doesn't have all them little hash marks in it. It's nice. It's not a big bevel either. It's just a nice smooth bevel. Very nice fit and finish on this thing. The Squier, like I said already, you know, these grommets fell out when I was changing strings. Pick guard has a lot of hash marks in it, kind of dull around the edges. The body, it's just, you know, very thick coat of poly. You know, it's not a bad thing, but I'm just going to have to give it to Tease. That just very clean, very nice. Everything's nice and tight on it. The body's got a nice belly carve in it. It's got a nice carve at the neck joint, so you can get your hand down there, get to them higher frets, nice and comfortable. They've got almost identical strap buttons. The Squier, no belly carve, no neck carve. Another great upgrade Tease Guitars has going on. Underneath this pick guard, it is pre-routed for another pickup. You can smack 3 pickups in here. You can smack some humbuckers in here. They spent more money, more router time to have it prepped in case you wanted to make changes in the future. Squier does not. There's no extra routing on the Squier. Let's look at the necks. Tease is advertising a modern C shape. I checked it. Definitely a modern C shape. It's got a nice satin finish. Unfinished maple fretboard. Very nice. Nice and smooth. Squier, Classic Vibe, 50s. All it's advertising is a C-shaped neck. And it's definitely a C-shaped neck. I compared it to the Tease guitar, and it's exactly the same all the way down, so it's a modern C. But the 50s done a lot of different stuff, but they never done a modern C. In fact, this is a 12th fret on a 54 Tele, not even close. 7th fret, not even close. 1st fret, still not right. It's not a bad neck. You know, like I said, we're comparing 429 to 429. What we're getting for 429. Let's take a look at the bridges. So the Tease has an upgraded bridge. You can adjust it real good, all directions, get your intonation. Definitely more expensive bridge. This is fine. It's not sharp at all. Set up nicely. Classic Vibe 50s has the old barrel 50 style bridge. That's what they used back then. So they're kind of, that part there, they're staying true to form, but you're definitely getting a better bridge out of the Tease. I got to give that to the Tease guitar as well. Let's look at the frets. Got 22 medium jumbo frets. They're stainless steel. I mean, that's a great upgrade for the same money. And something else Tease has going on is these frets are ball-ended frets. A lot of people used to do that. A lot of companies used to do that. Put the ball-end frets on them. They're nice. And you get a fret all the way out to the edge, but it's not sharp. It's smooth. It's just great. Not many people do that anymore because it's more expensive to do and it takes more time. This is a very nice fret job on here. They're nice and polished, just smooth as can be. The fretboard itself is slightly rounded, not heavily rounded. It's not like a vintage style round. It's not sharp at all. The Squier has 21 narrow, tall frets. Could definitely use some fret work on the end, but the edges of the fretboard are rounded nicely. They're really rounded nicely. The edge of the fretboard, all good there. But the frets themselves definitely need some work. A little bit sharp, especially right here. No big deal. I've done a video on how to take care of that, but I have to give the fretwork itself to Tease. The rounded fretboard edge I'll give to Squier. They both have 25.5 inch scale length. The Tease guitar has a 12 inch radius. The Squier has 9.5 fretboard radius. But once again, it was 7.25 on the 50s. They both have a bone nut. They're both cut nice. Tease has 2 barrel style string trees. Definitely an upgrade there. You have 1 vintage style string tree on the Squier. Tease is giving you locking tuners. There's another upgrade. Just have vintage tuners on the Squier, which is fine. Tease's headstock is pretty sharp. Nice chrome letters on the headstock. Tease has a dual action truss rod. That's an upgrade compared to Squier's single action truss rod. As far as pickups, you got Alnico 5 in the Tease. You have a rail pickup in the bridge, volume, tone. There's no push-pull on this rail pickup. So it's basically humbucker mode all the time. 3-way switch. Alnico 3s in the Squier. 3-way switch. Volume, tone, just same configuration going on there. You definitely have an upgrade here. Alnico 5 with a rail humbucker in it. So the Tease guitar has full-size pots, 0.047 orange capacitor. Nicely soldered. Real nice job. The Squier's using dime-sized pots and just light wires in it. Have to give the electronics to Tease for the same money. Let's talk weight. The Tease guitar weighs 7.8 pounds. The Squier, exactly 8 pounds. A little bit heavier. Not enough, you know, for me, that little bit of difference doesn't matter, but a lot of people like a lighter guitar. Tease is a little bit lighter. Tease comes with a gig bag. It's a little bit padded. It's nothing super special, but it's you know, it's got the logo on it, and they send you, you know, your Allen wrenches for your bridge and the truss rod. Let's talk about service. Squier does not send you a gig bag. Squier is made and put together in Indonesia and then shipped over here. If you go through like Sweetwater, they will do a setup for you. You can pay a little extra. They'll take care of it. When you order from Tease, they'll ask you what kind of strings you want on there. They'll ask you how you want it set up, where you want your action at. They actually do that. Tease guitars are manufactured, put together, set up in China. They send them over here. Once they're here, when they're sold, they're reset up, checked out. So you tell them what you want. You'll have this on the neck when it gets there with what you asked for. I checked it. It is exactly what I asked for. Thank you. So let's talk customer service. I called Tease twice. The owner answered the phone twice. I got answers immediately. I called Squier. Now, Fender, Squier, they're selling direct now. They're still going through dealers, but they're also selling direct, okay? But when you call there, they send you to a portal to dealers. You want to sell direct or you want to have dealers? But you know what? Let's run these things through the sound test, see how they sound. Okay, so we're running our clean sound through a Fender Deluxe Reverb. The normal side, I've got the volume on 2, treble and bass on 6, leaving it the same for both guitars. So we're going to run both guitars through some overdrive. I'm going through a Morley wah into a DSL 40 Marshall. I'm seeing a trend these days. I've always been a Squier fan, especially the Classic Vibe series. I've always thought the Classic Vibe was a good value for the money. They've always had the same issues as this one here. I've done video after video on how to fix that stuff. But even though, for the price, it wasn't that big of a deal. Unseated frets, sharp fret ends, poorly routed pick guards, high action. It's not that Squier's quality control is slipping. They've always been this way. But the trend I'm seeing now is these smaller companies are coming along. They're building a better guitar for the same money or even less. And Squier don't care. They're not even trying because they're playing on their brand power. That little word right there, it says Fender. People want a Fender. They feel like this is as close as they can get to getting a Fender because of the cost of the Fenders. But the truth is, Squier's not even trying. They can give you a better guitar. And we're the ones that are buying into it. They're not trying because we keep on buying. Look, they named this the Classic Vibe 50s. I knew what I was getting, but a lot of people don't. They think, oh, I'm going to get a 50s kind of. No. The only thing 50s about this guitar is the shape of the body and the shape of the headstock. The wood they use is not 50s. The neck carve is not 50s. The neck radius is not 50s. The electronics is not 50s. Other than the bridge and the type tuners, they should have just called it the Squier Telecast. Quit trying to make a play on the new guitarists coming in by using a name like that. It really is misleading. For the same money, this Tease guitar literally beat the Squier in every category for the same money. The quality of this guitar rivals my Reverend Charger. I think they're going for $899, twice the money of this. I'm going with the Tease guitar. I'm going to put a coil split in it so I can split that humbucker. I'll probably make me a custom pick guard for it, something a little bit fancier. Other than that, she's going to stay just the way she is. Works fine, plays great, feels great. I'm Paul Hopley. And until next time, play your guitars, mod your guitars, and make them your own.